Hey guys, I just wanted to make a brief video about an email I was forwarded from a religious person I knew during my high school years. I normally just hit delete on religious email crap, but I ended up reading this one and finding it quite offensive. So, here it is. You may have heard in the news that a couple of post offices in Texas have been forced to take down small posters that say, "In God We Trust." The law, they say, is being violated. Snopes.com, Texas Post Office posters. Anyway, we heard proposed on a radio station show that we should all write "In God We Trust" on the back of our mail. After all, that's our national motto, and it's on all the money we use to buy those stamps. We think it's a wonderful idea. We must take back our nation from all the people who think that anything that offends them should be removed. If you like this idea, please pass it on and do it. The idea of writing or stamping "In God We Trust" on our envelope sounds good to us. We're having a stamp made too. Heck, let's use it as our signatures on emails too. It's been reported that 86% of Americans believe in God. Therefore, we have a very hard time understanding why there's such a mess about having "In God We Trust" on our money and having God in the Pledge of Allegiance. Could it be that we just need to take the action and tell the 14% to sit down and shut up? If you agree, pass this on. If not, delete. But remember, if you delete this, that's one reason why this world is in the mess we're in now, because we sit back and let it happen. Alright, that's the end of the email. And appropriately enough, though it was probably this person's email signature, the message ends with this quote by Gerald Ford: "A government big enough to give you everything you want is big enough to take away everything you have." So, is everyone else feeling a mixture of amusement and disgust like I am? There are so many offensive things about this email that I hardly know where to start picking it apart. Well, here I go. First of all, the email did not give an accurate account of the poster incident. The items in question weren't a few posters. They were 300 framed 16 by 20-inch posters placed in public buildings, city halls, schools, libraries, police stations, and post offices throughout a Texas county in 2002. The quote that Snopes gives from the man who paid $3,000 for these posters to be made and put up was that his motivation for the posters was, "I thought it would be a good way to promote our national motto. I know that the only reason we've been successful in the past is that our forefathers put their trust in God way back." End quote. I guess our forefathers also put their trust in slave and immigrant labor, capitalism, and building up a big army. Those things are probably had something to do, maybe just a little bit, with the US being successful. And yes, the majority of the posters were ordered to be taken down, and rightfully so. As you guys may know, I currently live in the South and have 1 year left to go to get my undergrad degree and get the hell out of here. And on a quite frequent basis, I do see billboards, TV commercials, and several TV channels dedicated to religious outreach and promoting political messages through religion. Normally, I just chuckle at these inane messages, but occasionally they piss me off. One in particular was a large billboard placed at a major intersection by a local, very commercialized Baptist church during election season a few years ago, with a woman's face on it and a message saying something to the effect of, "Maintain the integrity of our families, vote no on referendum whatever number on election day." And what the billboard didn't say, but was directly implying to anyone brainless enough to heed it, was to vote no for a same-sex marriage bill. So, this brings me to the crux of this issue and why I'm making this video tonight. I'm probably one of the most permissive atheists you'll ever meet. Sure, it's annoying to have to use currency that says "In God We Trust" on it, but I have a sense of humor about things, and just equate the veracity of this statement with other meaningless, somewhat silly things written on our currency, like "Annuit Coptis Novus Ordo Seclorum," or "He approves of the new order of the ages," which I guess is also meant to reference the Christian God through its original use, thank you Wikipedia, but its origin was in praising the Roman god Jupiter. Funny how Greek and Roman mythological imagery and ideas were just kind of absorbed into Christianity, yet to some Bible literalists, Christianity is absolutely 100% true, and that Greek god stuff is just lustful fantasy. Anyway, I digress. The point is that, once again, we have an instance of Christians who aren't content to practice their religion in the non-secular arena, and want to be loud, obnoxious, and downright insulting to everyone who doesn't share their views. The implicit target of the email I read seems to be atheists and other non-religious folks, I guess because we as a group are an easy target, and we've been loud about our discontent in the past. The email claims that 86% of the U.S. population believes in God. At most, and this is being very generous here, 75% of the U.S. population is Christian. And most of these folks, I'm guessing, are probably very casually religious, i.e., they attend church once a month or less frequently. They just go for important events and holidays, and they have a very laid back view of religion in their daily lives, if any. Why didn't the author of this email acknowledge the other people she's offending? Specifically, the millions of Americans who are religious but not Christian, the Jewish population, the Muslims, the Buddhists, the Hindus, etc. I guess that would be discriminatory. I wonder how these folks feel every time they have to handle money that says, "In God We Trust," or see Christian-themed billboards, or flip the TV onto a channel with some spirited preacher threatening fiery hell to all those who don't repent and accept Jesus Christ into their lives. These people are Americans too, hard-working, resilient folks who currently help support our flailing economy, and they deserve the constitutional right to religious freedom just as much as we atheists do. So, that's all for now, and I just wanted to apologize for not responding to the comments yet on my last video. Things have been crazy around here. I just got in my med school app, and I thought I would be done for a while, and now I realize I have all these supplements to do and more stuff to investigate, and yeah, it's going to be a busy summer. So I'd love to hear your feedback. Thanks for watching.